Hey, guess what we did? Our 2017 trailer was getting old. Sun was setting on it. You know how that looks. So we saw an ad for a trailer at a dealer in Dallas. This one here in the picture. And we ended up buying it after spending hours at the dealer. But the new one has two ACs on the roof, you'll see here, and the old one only has one.
Oh, okay.
Light one, light two, your shower light,
Nice.
and then your main lights.
Okay, awesome.
When hot water is on,
This is Jill.
when hot water is on, I took a picture of it. I will move out of the way here in a second so y'all can physically see it. This little panel in here will turn on. This is for your water heater. It is going to be a tankless water heater. So water will get hot off of just propane. So you'll have propane plugged in and on, water plugged in and on. And then of course when water is on, this will turn on. And on here, you have your arrows that are up and down, which is to change the physical temperature. This brand goes all the way up to 124, which is as high as you can physically set it. Now sometimes where you see the 104 currently on the picture, you'll maybe see that above the 124, water doesn't get that hot. It's how the reader has to read it. You will have this button down here below your on and off, which is to change it to Celsius if y'all are Celsius people. If not, it'll stay on Fahrenheit.
Okay, good.
Do you have any questions for this?
What is a good temperature to have? I wouldn't want it that high.
Here, I set it to 111.
Okay.
Is that better?
There you go.
Yeah, that's 111.
Okay. All right, perfect.
Moving day. Heidi is doing an outstanding job of packing everything into bins and baskets like this. I go over to the other trailer and unload it and bring back an empty container hopefully, but we are moving out, huh Heidi?
Yes, sir.
Moving out.
Moving on up.
On up too.
What's that song?
Get ourselves a piece of the pie.
Piece of the pie.
That's right. All right, bye guys. Hey, look at that. It's our trailer ready for delivery. And they gave us this metal license plate from Texas. Here's our route on the orange line all the way to Dallas. The magazines also like this trailer a lot. It's a 265, which means it's 26 and a half feet. Look what fits
Our chest freezer.
in there.
Awesome.
Gotta stay this way.
Yeah, we'll have to put something behind it to keep it.
Look at that. Let's load it up.
Perfect. Woohoo. Okay.
Bed closes.
Yep. Ah!
It's amazing. Isn't that amazing? There's a chest freezer under the bed.
Okay, there you go.
Hey guys, here's our cook's tour of our nice new trailer at Brinkley. It's a Model I. That means it's a short, lightweight, 26 and a half foot long. A couple of nice features here in the front is that Brinkley is a window. That's the bedroom, and they have a reflective shade you can pull down that keeps the sun from baking the inside too bad. The 2025 model was the first time they came out with the Model I. So this is the first run of that model. We're sitting here at a Harvest Host vineyard, camped at the time, but we have a day. We're just going to relax for this day and get on to Natchez Trace, this beautiful parkway in Tennessee here tomorrow morning. Today we have this ability to tell you guys all about this. So the frame on this it is dropped. So these passages on the side here, like this one, are, here we go, much deeper, much wider. You can see there's some stuff back there, vents and electric box. This thing over here is a 3,000 watt inverter in case you want to put a lot of solar up there. You can put so much solar on top, you can run both air conditioners. It has two on this one, under solar power with a lot of battery banks. But then there's these cap lights, which light this thing out here in the front. You know, you're trying to get the trailer hooked up and stuff in the dark. These lights really light up the area. They're better than just a tongue light. And that's the cap lights right there. The other one here is for inside. They have a rope light up there that lights underneath this whole big pass-through area. But you'll see the framing up there. It's plywood above it, which is unusual. They usually have OSB. Plywood stands up to any moisture much better. It's welded aluminum bracing. You can see the aluminum welds there, done with a MIG welder, if you know welding, like Ed and I do, and others. Their tools are held as you would want, up above everything. These are manual cranks that you would have to get your slide out, in and out, the slide room, by hand. And the spare tire is now mounted underneath like a pickup truck, and one of those cranks is for that. So another nice feature here is that these doors are just drop and slam. That's how they shut. They have magnetic things that hold them up here instead of a hook as usual. There are lights underneath the body here, automatic stabilizer jacks. And the axles back there are heavy duty, more than they need for this weight of a trailer. 5,100 pound each axles. Good spring suspension, all electric brakes. The brakes are in this one are anti-lock brake system, or automatic brake system. Although it's not working, we'll get that fixed here in a couple of days, under warranty. Also, the paint along the body here, these are graphic vinyl things they put on. They do a good job of it. But the paint itself is automotive thickness and quality of that standard. Usually it's very thin. This skin here is all aluminum, sandwiched better than other smooth side trailers. It won't blister. It's more like a motorhome siding on it, which rarely, if ever, blister. The fiberglass stuff they use on many smooth sides will, as the piles can attest, cause problems and hard to fix. You can do it, but it's hard to fix, very expensive. These windows have graphics on them. You can't even tell where the window is unless you look really closely, but they fold, they kind of hinge out. They come out like this with a hinge. This is the bedroom. They're all frameless. No big aluminum frames on the outside. Then we got this bug protector because mud daubers, they say, will get into those vents and clog up your exhaust for your furnace. That's the furnace. Very efficient. Over size, it's a furnace that's too big for the trailer, so it doesn't have to work very hard. It's kind of like putting an extra big engine in it, you know. You don't need it all the time, but when you want it and it's really cold, you have it. So there's our kitchen window. The Brinkley words on the side are actually raised. These things are raised up a little bit. It's kind of cool. Very classy. There's our big window for the living room. It's also a TV screen. When you turn a switch, it turns opaque. You can kind of see the lights inside, but when you turn it opaque, the TV screen projects on that, and you can watch it outside too. Then there's this outlet for TVs and things. Yeah, Heidi's telling me to show you there's a warning sign on our trailer. And so I'm going to show you some more later, but right now I got to hang on a minute. Okay, so these wheels are aluminum, but everything's black these days. It's fancy red brakes. See the yellow thing there? They're hand kooks. The yellow thing there is a TPS, tire pressure monitoring system, that came with the trailer. The suspension there is called road armor, which on these double axles there's a thing called a tandem between them, where that rocks back and forth like this. It rocks back and forth as the suspension goes up and down. Well, those have shock absorbers in it. And then the extension, the outlet there was running our Starlink right there, set up on this trailer that's next to ours at this Harvest Host site. Another thing to mention is this stairway. It hits the ground instead of hangs from the trailer. So when you come out, you're not rocking the whole trailer. This handle here goes in really easily. Just push it up and in, and then it drops against the trailer. You push it real hard and there it is. It sits like that for travel. There's no big one to fold out like this we used to have that would close the door or keep the door shut. This one you don't need the handle open to open. This handrail doesn't have to be out to open this door. The other one used to be like that. So the door latch now is kind of cool. You just up and down, that opens, the screen comes off. You can reach it real easy. And the coolest thing I think about this stairway is it folds up. The whole thing folds up and in to the trailer with that latch right there. And now it's in the trailer and ready for the door to be shut. And to get it back off, and you pull this out, but I can't do it with one hand, so I'll have to wait. So now we're inside. I put the stairway back down, and there's some hooks right by the door built in, as you would want. And you put your leashes or your coat there, and then right up here is the command center that runs the audio. Rockford Fosgate. Speakers under the table behind me for the inside, and under the body on the outside for listening to music, watching TV. But here's our command center. Switches for the awning in and out, slide in and out, living room lighting, awning lighting, which is outside lighting, and then under body lighting, and then the tank heater in case you're in really cold weather. You don't want your tanks to freeze. Has heaters, and then this is a pump in case you don't have city water pressure. You just turn that on. And this is your Bluetooth connect. You can run your Pandora from your phone through your speakers. And this is the fans, which are the overhead vents. This one is in the main kitchen area, and there's another one in our bathroom. Opens the vent in the top of the bathroom. There's an air conditioning vent. There's the Max air fan. It's all automatic. You can press here, fan on, right? Instead of vent open or fan off, press fan on. It makes these noises, turns the fan on, opens the vent, all powered. And then, okay, you're done with your business, or you want it back off, you say fan off here. And it shuts it off and closes everything. Too easy. Very easy. And then, of course, the lighting. The shower has its own light up there. You can't see with it in front of the camera. So here's this nice residential shower with a handheld business. And this is, if you look at it closer, there's a knob there. Turn it left and right for handheld or main shower. This is out is on, left and right this way for hot and cold. Comes with a built-in basket, built-in shelf, another built-in shelf, a seat down there, and it's much larger with this triple glass door, which has a hook on this part right here. Oh, there, see, it comes off. That's for traveling. And make sure it's all the way down. And the doors stay shut or open. They don't move. And it has this ability above for the air. The mirror is lighted all around the edges, so you can see your face better. The countertops in the sink are very nice residential style things. It's still a plastic sink, but it looks like carbon fiber. It feels like it. It's gold appointed or like brushed, I don't know, bronze or something. Very solid countertops. They're real solid countertops here, not veneer, not formica. And then cabinetry. The cabinetry on this shows a little seam right here, the joint right there, the little joint. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. No. Anyway, that's, there it is. That joint is eliminated on the 26s. You can't see it, but it's still a good cabinet. All of this trimmer on the windows, real wood, solid, shows the joint. That's okay. These shades, that's really hot coming through there. The back side of this shade is reflective. So you keep it down to keep the sun out and to keep the heat out. It has a little shelf behind the toilet. It's a nice toilet, all porcelain. The way it flushes is with your foot. You can see the water comes out like that. Took your foot off the lever and it fills up a little bit with water. That's how RV toilets, good ones, work. There's shelving there for toilet paper, more drawers, cabinetry. I'm not sure what's behind that and underneath. Anyway, I'm sure there's some component. Oh, that's the water heater outside. Outside there's a water heater under there that turns the water hot as you use it. There's no tank. So it takes a second for it to get through the line, but then it's as hot as you want to make it. And the controls for it are reachable. Oh, there it is. From inside the bathroom. 124 degrees water heater. Pretty convenient, but hidden. Not anybody can find it and do it. The trim on this ceiling and everything around the top is non-existent. There's no trim in these because they cut everything so precisely and they just put this bead of caulking there. There's no reason to trim this out because everything's cut so well. They have a really good system how to assemble these things. This countertop is actually underneath all that goes. That's the bottom of the cabinet is the countertop. They put this cabinet on top of the counter, which is a nice feature, I think. High quality. But another thing is these drawers, this one's empty, have dovetail plywood, but they're dovetail joints, which means they're high quality. They won't come apart with overuse or a lot of use. Good drawer slides, they call them. Magnetic closures. All the cabinets have a magnetic closure and are anti-slam, right? Slow closing, whatever they call that. So this door here for the bathroom shows an arrow. You put your finger in the hole. Right now you can't get it out. It won't come out. Just unlock it and it comes out with a finger. You see that? You can push this down and it locks. Well, only when it goes all the way shut or open, so now it won't open. Push it down, it automatically locks, and then it goes into travel position and it stays there, so it won't slide over when you're moving down the road and hit things and break. comes out of the roller track up here really bad. We used to have to put a bungee cord across this thing on our other trailer because the little keeper thing they had was a little plastic snap and it broke and it wouldn't work. Because we go through some rough roads sometimes on traveling with these trailers on some back roads, some dirt roads, some bad roads, and it just makes things do this like a little mini earthquake in here. This whole place will be going all the time. When you get on a rough road, it just bounces. Pretty bad. Heidi knows. She's been there.
I rode in it one time just for 20 feet or so. It's like, wow, it's like an earthquake and a half.
Yeah, we moved the trailer with her in it once, just a little bit. So there's a switch down here. Right, I'm going to flip it, but look at the window. It turns opaque or white, and then when you shine the TV on it, you can see it from outside. And then you have a window. That takes 110 volts to do, so it'll just go opaque, I think, or whichever way it goes by default. And then you have a screen here that pulls down just like one in a schoolroom. Becomes a projector screen. Up when you want to see outside. But the cabinetry in here is just the same as high quality as in the bathroom. The countertop here is wood, but as soon as you get to the kitchen there where Heidi is, it's all that solid surface. What is it, coriander?
Coriander.
Yeah, coriander. She's cooking lunch right now. There's a nice residential style sink. Looks carbon fiber. It isn't, it's plastic, but that's okay. It's lightweight. We're fine with that, but the edge here is solid coriander. You can put a hot dish on there, right, Heidi?
Yep.
Not too hot, but hot. We have a more residential style gas stove here. It really does work better. You can turn it down to low.
And
You
it's
barely see it.
cast iron.
It's cast iron.
Beautiful.
It's heavy duty. It's not that just, like painted round bar or whatever that is. It's like a cage. Anyway, in our last one, they have a nice backsplash. It's not tile, it's plastic, but it's a good backsplash. We have a really high backsplash, and this microwave here is, excuse me, Heidi, full size. You can put a whole big plate in there. It's huge compared to our other one. We had it just like saucer size before.
And it's an air fryer and a convection oven.
Yeah, it does a
And
few
you can
things.
bake, roast, all kinds of good
Convection
stuff.
micro, convection bake, things melt soften. And then we have way more cabinets than we used to. It's like a fifth wheel for cabinets. Little window, cranks open down here. Spin a crank and it folds. How do we do it? Folds out like that.
Yeah.
This is a nice feature. We don't have to have a trash can outside anymore of the cabinets and the kitchen floor. Paper towel holder, you can take that and put it on the counter if you want. And we have our trash bags in here. Yeah, like that. See how you put it right up there. And it sits in there for traveling. See if you can do it. There, it's got its own slot. Right. Sits in there really well and then stays shut. Floor is all vinyl, one big piece. That's our slide room, which is a pantry next to the fridge, and theater seating to watch.
Full size.
There's windows. That's a window and windows behind us, and then this time there's an outlet there with charger ports on it. And then this is now a big, really big fridge compared to our other one. Double door. Set at 40 right now, but yeah, full of more stuff than we ever had before. The other one was about a third, maybe 2/3 of this size. And this is a really interesting concept they came up with. Brinkley is an amazing company, and they have so far stood up to their reputation. These 5 guys founded it. They came out of the RV business from other companies, Keystone and Grand Design, I think. Yeah, and then they said, we're going to make things different. We're going to make things as people would make them if you're full-timers. You would put all these mods in it anyway, but we're going to stand behind it as well. And they have so far stood behind it. We'll see on a couple days when we get our brakes fixed. They're not working at all, but I think it's just a simple thing. This is our bedroom, obviously, and there's another pocket door here. Completely closes, locks, separate privacy, so you don't have just a curtain. And the really small ones, they just have a curtain because there's no room for all this. Anyway, you can pull it with an SUV. So I have a printer down there. That's not a drawer anymore. Now it's the top pops up and you have a big area. It goes all the way back to the back. And it's this deep, you know, that deep. This is your emergency escape window. Very simple. Comes out like this. Push it out. If I can get it all the way up. And it stays there. Now, if you want to go all the way out to escape, you just take this screen off and that window just opens all the way up. Push this all the way through. And you can get out of here if there's a fire at night or anything else like that happens. So we have two nice brass reading lights. And the same thing on her side. This window is it made out of the same stuff your windshield is because it's the front of the trailer. We're gonna try to get it up here. Get up here in the bed. Try to get this up. Oh, there we go. You can see the logo in the car, and it's kind of tinted glass, but you can hardly tell from in here. You can feel the heat of the sun coming through a bit. So we try to keep it down, but it's an interesting thing. If you had a great view, and here we would if the truck wasn't right there, but and it wasn't too hot, you know, you could see out there from your bedroom. Nice feature. A lot of trailers like that. Try to keep that close. And so there's dogs in the way. Hang on. Piggy. There's good furnished vents like that all over. There's our electric center down there, the fuses and breakers. Another wardrobe here. We have eliminated our underbed storage, most of our clothes, and put them all in here now, which is a really big feature. We loved it. There's another AC unit in the bedroom. I think it's set up for TV there, so you can mount the TV on this area if you want to. More hooks built in. Heidi has all her dresses hanging in hats. Nice to be able to do that. Kind of unheard of. But one of the best features is the underbed storage here. I'll show you what we did with it. Piggy, look out! We lift it up, and I don't know what that big box is. What is that? It's got a light on it. Oh look, it's a freezer. There's a whole chest freezer. We moved into this space. It has room to open. It has room to ventilate when it's running. It's plugged in way over here, right next to the opening. The plug just sits under the bed. It's fine. At least we think it is. I think we better make a groove for that. It's getting kind of hammered. Right, so we have to be careful of that, but we're gonna keep our stuff frozen in there. It's amazing. It takes 110, just like a 20 amp cord to keep that running. And we have a generator in case we don't have that. So yeah, we can freeze a lot of meat here and keep it going. So I'm gonna have to fix that before I close. So that looks like the cook's tour. You have the slide out now, of course, but you have all this room, and it's 2.5 feet shorter. We have somehow more storage, and Heidi loves it. I love it.
Yippee!
It's just amazing. There's the overhead fan for the kitchen. There's also a range hood underneath. You can exhaust fan there. And our TV is this little capsule thing up here that projects. Has controls underneath it. You can't see them, but they light up when you touch it. And here's our overhead second AC unit that can actually do as a heat pump and heat a little bit too. Just fantastic with all the amazing features. This table has, you know, the silverware drawer right there. Put that shut, and Heidi will try to get it out. There's a switch under here, and you pull the whole thing out like that, and you can see 4 people at it.
And
no legs.
2 chairs.
Just reinforced from inside that cabinet. We have 2 chairs that came with it, folded up over here. And we use the ottoman there as a little bench seat and storage to pull it out to here, and we can eat there. We've eaten there before. Put it back in.
Hold on, I gotta find the button. Where is it?
little tricky to find it. It's like only a square inch.
Where'd it go?
It didn't move.
I don't see it. I don't feel it.
Well,
It disappeared.
well, that is weird. Might have to go under here and look. What'd you do with it, Heidi? You broke it. Oh yeah, there it is. There's this little thing right here on the drawer runner. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Sorry.
So it can be
Still
hard to
getting
find
used.
those.
Still getting used to everything. Right?
Yeah, so you do that and you push it in
It's there.
till it clicks.
It did.
Did yours click? Okay.
Yeah.
And then it sets up for travel like that. You can even use it as a desk, which I put the computer on there, and you look out the window or watch TV while you're doing it. It's kind of cool. We can cast. This is a Google TV. We can cast to it from our phone, and we have all our YouTube channel and everything already in it for my Google account. Yeah, it makes it very convenient, very nice once you know how to use that stuff. But we have a really nice view out here. This is a vineyard in Mississippi. You ever heard of Mississippi wine? They make it. This one happens to be one that uses bunch grapes. She said all the other wine vineyards in Mississippi are singular grape vines.
We call it a certain name, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't know how to make wine or how to grow it. I read in the Bible how to prune vines and branches. We are the branch, he is the vine, that kind of stuff. But other than that, I'm lost with grapes and how to grow them. Nonetheless, we're in the midst of it. Very, very kind people through Harvest Host. Every single host we've had has been very friendly, warm, and welcoming. It feels so much better than being in a Walmart parking lot for the night. We had to do that once recently, and you don't feel good about it. You're worried all the time because there's just characters all around you. Traffic going in and out of the parking lot, middle of the night, 4 a.m., doesn't matter. Yeah, you're not sure what's going to happen, but they tend to leave you alone. You just don't feel like you do here. We let the dogs loose, and they run around these woods, and the owners don't mind. They have their own dog, and they all got along. We had neighbors that were also campers here this morning and last night. They took off already. We're here for a second night. So it's all very good. We love Harvest Host. We're going to keep using them. It's cheap, too. It's really inexpensive. If you pay for camping with a Harvest Host, you don't. You pay for some sort of product they have, or a service, or like go through a museum that is the parking lot for the museum is your camping spot. Normally it's dry camping. That's fine. If you have a generator and a water tank, you can do it. So you give them a donation or the admission to the museum, and that's your fee, but you get more than camping for it, is my point. Anyway, hope you guys discover the wonderful world of RVing, and Brinkley's are great. We love them. It's like a Mercedes or a Cadillac of travel trailers. Say goodbye, Heidi.
Bye.
Bye, guys.